Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Internet Dumpster Iceberg, Tier 3, where all your dreams become nightmares manifested. The first specimen we're going to examine is Mr. President himself, the Danderson, Mr. Pedophile, Daniel Larson.
This message is to Grace. Grace is a fucking and a hater, and I will always hate her now because of what she did. And yes, I will bomb the White House. I will fucking bomb the White House. I will fucking bomb every single police station in the entire US.
This bundle of energy is Daniel Larson. Daniel is a self-described high-functioning autistic with a little bit of schizophrenia thrown in there. Despite having the face of a 40-year-old man, Daniel's actually 25 years old. But don't let that fool you. Danderson's got himself a creative side. He's a singer, songwriter. And unlike Rax, you can actually listen to his music and understand what he's trying to say. Naturally, such a person is perfect for our country's presidential office. That's right, folks. Daniel is running for president, and he's been running for a while. And, you know what? Let's cut the bullshit. We know what you're here to see.
I would get an ice cube, put it in her vagina, turn her on. I would then G-spot till she comes. Then I'm going to, with a condom, stick my into her in her butthole and get her turned on.
To add some context to this first clip, this is Daniel talking about what he's going to do to Grace Vanderwall, one of the main girls of his obsessions, when she turns 18. Now, what you saw was mild compared to the rest of the video, and I had to censor out a lot of the stuff he was saying about this underage girl.
Get out of my car!
The motel threatened to kill me! The motel threatened to kill me! The motel threatened to kill me! The motel threatened to kill me!
And you're trying to kill me?
The second clip is a classic Daniel freakout, where he beats himself in the face and cries all over, screaming about how the motel's gonna kill him. What had happened was Daniel had trashed his motel room, and the motel staff, upon finding this, had called him and told him not to come back because they had a gun and they were gonna fucking kill him. So to some degree, this is actually a reasonable response to being threatened. However, what is not reasonable is beating your father figure in his own car for something he had no part in and no control over. That's right. Daniel, while freaking out about the motel, beat his father figure, Bob, who pays for his existence, and is one of the many reasons why people do not have sympathy for Daniel despite the fact that he's mentally ill.
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay,
Really? It's going to be like that?
The third video is of Daniel getting pressed by a homeowner for Daniel climbing up on his porch and charging his phone with one of the outside outlets. Daniel then calls him the N-word and escalates the situation unnecessarily. Daniel could have just walked away and this guy would have been fine. A little pissed, but he would have been fine because Daniel was gone.
Don't fucking grab me! I have it all fucking camera, bitch!
The fourth clip is of Daniel getting chased out of a casino in Las Vegas for squatting in their bathrooms. The security staff was not playing around with Daniel. They ran him right out of that hotel, and as you can see, Daniel likes to use his phone to record evidence just in case he gets assaulted.
Whoa! I never assaulted you!
Step back right now!
I never assaulted you!
Step back right now!
And in the last clip, Daniel was confronted for freaking out in a Panera Bread, and some girl recorded this whole interaction. As you could see at the beginning of this clip, Daniel was screaming his lungs out before getting up and acting as though he was going to sneak one of the managers. All of this happening while Daniel was on parole. Yes, truly, the main things that Daniel Larson is most known for is being an obsessive pedophile and freaking the fuck out. Which brings us to our last topic of Daniel, his trolls. You see, it doesn't take much to be Daniel's troll. All it takes is a YouTube account and a name change. And then you could be Joe Biden telling Daniel, oh, the FBI's looking for you. Or you could be Michael Jackson and tell him that you didn't actually die and you want to collab with him. And he will just believe this. A notable example happened recently where someone pretended to be Deion Sanders and told Daniel that not only did he want Daniel to sing the national anthem for their football game, but later he wanted him to try out to play football for the team. Daniel, after realizing that this is 100% legit because he has the body for a linebacker position, decided that he was going to go to this event, and when he wasn't allowed access to the stage, he freaked out, punched a security guard, and got arrested. But what drives his trolls to do all this stuff? Well, you see, a while ago, Daniel's Pinterest got leaked, and it was found out that he had a bunch of pictures of children on it. Upon realizing this, and realizing that his obsession for Grace wasn't just because of her music, people put two and two together and realized he's a pedo. And that's Daniel Larson.
Oh, hey Dad, this is my girlfriend.
Hi, nice to meet you.
No, she doesn't need to know, like...
Actually,
No,
I
no,
think I
you
do.
don't. You don't. No, why would you say that? Stop, why?
Let's change that today.
Wait, for real?
Stop sticking your tongue out to the ladies, okay?
Okay. That's all you have to say.
An asshole.
That's all you have to say, Maria.
The Slidell family. They're your average family. You got your Mama Chew, your Papa Chew, your Brother Chew, and your Tofia Chew. There's nothing that interesting about them. They're like the Brady Bunch. Well, maybe not exactly like the Brady Bunch. Maybe we'll go through some of the key differences here. Firstly, there's only 4 of them, and I don't remember the dad of the Brady Bunch making his family homeless after getting arrested. All right, let's cut to the chase. Tofia Chew is a fat, lazy, possibly mentally stunted woman, gaining a small amount of TikTok fame by doing her duets with young Asian men, and only young Asian men. It was only a matter of time before something weird about this chick came out. Now, Tofia Chew, for some reason, despite being brought up on technology, clearly, doesn't know how to use it very well because she has been caught multiple times looking at porn.
Oh my goodness!
Porn jump scare. I really hope you guys weren't listening to my video on the speakers at work. Tofia Chew's been caught at least 3 times looking at this stuff. Her category of choice on the hub is usually teenage Asian men. Now, how do we know this? Well, it's because we've seen her search history. For whatever reason, while screen sharing, I'm not sure how TikTok works, she had tilted her phone to the side while on Safari. This had shown all of her Safari tabs, where we got the ugly truth of it. She was looking up Asian teens on Pornhub. While not strictly illegal, it's the comments she made afterwards that was sickening. She had claimed that teenagers are not children, so it doesn't matter if she sexualized them. This comment naturally upset a few people. What Tofia is getting off to, combined with her obsession with doing duets with Asian men, has led to Tofia Chew getting quite a bit of criticism. But that's not the only thing she gets criticism for. I mentioned that she's lazy. Well, that's because she's worked exactly 1 job in her life, the real Chris Chan method over here. Now post, I hear you thinking, what was this 1 job? Did she get fired or did she quit? Well, it was at Dunkin' Donuts and she got fired. Why? For being unhygienic. Now, for those of us who've worked in the food industry, we know that can mean either she was not washing her hands, or She was smelly because she wasn't bathing. Regardless of the reason, from that point on, Tofia Chu swore off work, saying it was too hard and that she'd have no more of it. While that's bad, guess what? There's still more to criticize her about. This is Hershey, the Slidell family dog. And unfortunately, Hershey gets neglected quite often. If you guys watch my live streams, you know that I have 2 dogs of my own. And I thought this was important to speak about. Tofia Chu is so fat and lazy that she can't even be bothered to take Hershey outside to take a piss. She instead opts to have Hershey piss in an old fast food cup, which funnily enough Tofia Chu drank out of one time. They also criticize her for the overuse of calling people racist or fatphobic. Guys, I have some unfortunate news. If you sat here and you thought to yourself, wow, this Tofia Chu is a real piece of work, well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are racist. Yes, that's right. Much like our little Raxy boy, who will push any criticism into the trolling category, Tofia Chu will push any criticism into, well, these people are just racist towards me. Now, that's pretty deplorable behavior. But who does Tofia Chu get this from? Well, from her parents. You see, we're going to talk about Mama Chu first. Mama Chu, which we'll see in a clip later, is the biggest enabler we've ever come across. Worse than Sally, worse than Barb. This bitch not only encourages her daughter, but also her husband, Papa Chu. And now we're going on to Papa Chu.
Beginning at age 16, smoking and porn will be legal. Anyone 16 and older can visit, obtain porn, and smoke. Prostitution is to be legalized. I want the streets full of prostitutes. I have my reasons.
I'm sure he does. Ladies and gentlemen, Papa Chu is Tofia Chu's biological father, and we're not getting past the whole 16-year-old thing too. Rather, we're gonna rope in Mama Chu right here as well. You see, what I meant about Mama Chu enabling Papa Chu is that she's literally behind the camera as he's saying this. Lord only knows what she thinks he's gonna do with these prostitutes after they're legal. Well, we probably have a pretty good idea of that, because whenever Papa Chu notices that there is a female in his chat, well, let's take a look.
You will not disrespect me. I will cut your life off.
What happened?
Stop sticking your tongue out to the ladies, okay?
Okay. That's all you have to say.
You're an asshole.
That's all you have to say, Maria.
That's dirty shit.
That's all you have to say. Just say stop sticking your tongue out. Okay?
Pat, you caught making out with us again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do that. I'm sorry, babe. Yeah. That's my wife, Marie Bernice Lucero.
She has no business trying to make love to you guys.
I won't do that. I'm sorry, babe. Yeah.
That's sick.
That's my wife, Marie Bernice Lucero.
As you can see, Papa Chu's a real ladies' man. He likes to lay it on thick. And despite this blatant disrespect from her own husband, Mama Chu still stayed behind the camera. Well, that was until the event. We'll get into that in a minute. But before that, Papa Chu has a very interesting worldview. Much like the titular Tony Chase, he has, well, his own government agenda. Let's listen to some of it, shall we?
Every nation in the world is going to do a reset. A reset. We're going to eliminate all debt. number one. We're gonna be a debt-free world. So every debt that is owed to another nation is set at zero. Nobody owes shit. No more debt. Reset the debt to zero. And every nation is to print $999 zillion. Every nation is to print $999 zillion. And wait for further instructions. And wait for my instructions.
Well, it's certainly hard not to get aboard that plan. I wonder why they have to print out $999 zillion. Let's see.
Okay, world governments. I want you to write me here, including the USA. I need $999 zillion a year as my pay. The presidents of every nation, the vice president of every nation will make $10 billion a year, $5 billion a year, respectively and accordingly. The president and vice president. My pay, once again, is $999 zillion a year.
Oh no. That $999 zillion is going to hookers, isn't it? The background of these videos are also pretty interesting. Like, why does he have 2 Call of Duty games taped to his door? And in other videos, you'll see green crosses taped to the walls. Why would he do this? Well, simply put, he believes that the green crosses will keep the police away. Kind of like a ward. Unfortunately, the only type of ward in Papa Chew's life is being a ward of the state, because Papa Chew got arrested. I guess those green crosses really didn't work, huh? Now, you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, Papa Chew's in prison? Why is he in prison? Is it because he scammed a couple people by pretending to be a bank? By the way, if you got scammed by Papa Chew, you 100% had that coming. How the hell did you believe this dude? Does it have anything to do with the comments about the 16-year-olds? Unfortunately, no. This is America. That sort of thing doesn't get punished nearly as hard as it should. No, truly, in order to get a grasp on why he was arrested, we have to connect all the dots in the Slidell family. Now, I'm sure you guys remember me telling you that Sophia Chew does not work. Neither does Mama Chew or Brother Chew, leaving Papa Chew the sole provider. Which is okay, because we know that Papa Chew's a very reliable sort, and he can obviously be trusted to pay little things like utilities and rent. Well, I guess trusted up until an eviction notice was stapled to their door. Now, the Slidell family is very resilient, so naturally when they saw an eviction notice, they just ignored it, which would then lead to the police showing up to their apartment. Papa Chew, being completely stable and not having green crosses taped to his wall, naturally did the only thing he could, and barricaded his home. This would lead to him getting arrested for essentially holding his family hostage. Now, he would skip the courthouse because he's the chosen one, and then get arrested for assaulting someone. With the main breadwinner gone and Tofia and Brother Chew refusing to get jobs, this would lead to them becoming homeless, and Tofia Chew using a green screen to pretend she was still in her room. We're gonna touch on Brother Chew real quick since there's not a whole lot on him. Brother Chew's mostly known in the community for beating up his ex-girlfriend, and then, while she was on a live, he would dox her repeatedly through the chat. This would be considered a dating faux pas. Do not dox your ex-girlfriend on her live.
That he was calling me from.
Actually, yeah, maybe we are doing it.
That was just a screenshot, though.
Tell us about that new project you have coming up. What are you talking about? Give me down, you two!
I'll show the other ones, but the other ones has his actual number in it, and I'm not gonna show it.
The title of your new film?
Go.
Hey, listen, can you hang with us for the break? What? We'll be right back with Stewie's co-star, Robin Williams. No, I hate Robin Williams. Please.
That was just a small clip of the total live she did. You can see the whole live on YouTube, but Brother Chew essentially just bothers her the whole time she's live. Now, before we go on to the next person on this iceberg, I need to talk about something that a fellow YouTuber had touched on, underflow. You see, Underflow had talked about how weird Tofiachu and Papachu are when they're both on camera.
Hi everyone, Ezekiah. You look beautiful. You look beautiful like that, Sophia. Ezekiah, Mordecai, Fusaria. Hi. When you smile, man, you got the most beautiful smile.
Instantly changed expressions.
You know what? You are very special. You are very special. And I'm gonna take care of you in a very good way. Make you happy. Sophia?
What? No, what?
Hurry up.
No, what?
Rub my back.
No, I can't do
Come here. Come here.
No, I'm lying.
Sophia.
I'm lying.
Hurry up. Come on, take that long.
I'm lying.
I'm always doing shit for you, man.
I am lying.
Come on.
No, ask her to do it.
Come on, Sophia.
I cannot. You have a 5 times of asking for
Come
things.
here.
No.
Come on, Sophia.
What?
Please help me. Please.
I'm lying. I cannot leave it unattended. Ask someone else.
Those clips were pretty creepy, but the next stuff I have to talk about is semi-serious. Now, I want to preface this with, I couldn't find any sources for this other than where I read it. But apparently, on Aunt Karen's Live, which you might have noticed Aunt Karen earlier, she wears a judge uniform, Tofiachu admitted to Papachu essaying her when she was young. Now, once again, I couldn't find any proof of her saying this. I couldn't find any clips, otherwise I would have put it in here. If he did do it, that's pretty disgusting, especially with your own daughter. I did think it was important to put this in the video just in case it was true, but just keep that in mind. And with that, that's the Slidell family.
The Byzantine government is the solution. Thank you.
Discord mod activity. Well, what about D's nuts activity? Point. You're effing trolls who have nothing else. Do you guys have anything else better to do than check out your fat asses and your clothing universe?
Welcome, my fellow Nova Stars. Today, we're gonna be eating some Wingstop, and I'm gonna be stuffing my fat fucking face. Nova Online is a food reviewer on TikTok who got a sudden rise to fame with his review of Wingstop. His review would become particularly famous not because it was well organized, not because it was an incredibly good take, but because of his funny looks. He kind of looks like a Discord mod. He mentioned that earlier. You might be thinking to yourself, Based, you're being pretty fat phobic right now. I'm very sorry. I don't hate fat people. In fact, the only reason why I'm pointing this out is because Nova is another type of weirdo. The type of weirdo that we see a lot on this channel, and he's another type of weirdo that we're gonna see a lot more of. So, let's get into his crimes and his degeneracy. You might have noticed the freak out that Nova had at the beginning of this section. Well, that was a direct response to being exposed for grooming children. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Just like the in-house pedophile Earl Doob, this man also grooms children. And yes, he also has a Discord filled with minors. Nova also uses his religion like a hammer to smack down any dissent, much like Earl.
I've banned you from the Discord. Contradicting me around like you're my own mother and acting like you're God in my DMs is not cool. You are being blasphemous. The only one God is Jesus up above.
This is where the similarities end, however. I think new things about Earl come out every day. You see, Nova is what we call in the business a freak. Or, in other words, an age regressor. This man wears diapers, he pretends to be a child. In fact, that's actually how we found out about this whole grooming thing, because he decided to do a video with a 14-year-old girl where he does Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to the sounds of praise from his underaged friend. I'm gonna show you the clip of this because if I had to see it, so do you.
Will die. How I wonder where you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, will die. How I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
The Coomer mind cannot comprehend not being creepy. And while I showed you guys the degeneracy of him singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I will not bless you with his diaper pics. Those are things that you'll have to look up on your own because my eyes. For future reference, this is why I brought up his humble frame. Imagine this greased meat sack in a fucking diaper. Disgusting. It really doesn't help that the video after this one is going to be on Andrew Ditch. Aye, the internet, she be a cruel mistress. Now, this may not surprise you, but Nova and Tofia have a feud going on.
We're properly dressed. Hey, Tofia, I've got your video game here that costs $29.99 a copy. I bet you don't even have that much in your bank account from all the DoorDash that you order. Even I DoorDash less than half as much as you. And I mean, that's just pathetic. You can't even cook. I have a real job. You don't. All you do is sit on your fat ass all day on TikTok Live and defame me and MG and all that shit. And because of that, here's to your stupid $30 video game.
On about no.
If we're gonna be real, if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be real, you are 19 following people 10 years younger than you were on TikTok. There's a whole video of you that's going viral on YouTube that someone sent me, right? You was on video call with a 14-year-old. You literally showed minors yourself wearing like a diaper. If we're going to be real, saying that that's your kink, that you enjoy wearing diapers. I mean, to each their own. You suck on a binky. You do age regression, which I get some people say that it's a trauma thing, but not for him. Comes on the internet, scams people by not completing cameos, and then complains when someone leaves a negative review.
And with that, that's the end, Nova Stars.
Can I get a photo with you, please?
EDP.
That's me, man. What's up, bro?
Look at this nasty ass.
Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy, Eat That Pussy 445, and about like 30 to 45 minutes ago, I beat the fuck out of my dick.
EDP 445. The cupcake master, the pedophile, Eagles fan. Other than Chris Chan and Alex Jones, I think EDP might be one of the most well-known people on this list. I mean, he's been on YouTube for years. But let me ask you this. Are you aware of EDP because of his sports takes? Or his foul mouth? Or is the first thing you think of when you think EDP is cupcakes? I think we both know what the answer is. He has tarnished whatever legacy he could leave behind with his degeneracy. And let me be clear, the whole cupcake thing and the recent sting by Gideon is like the tip of the iceberg for this man. He is absolutely disgusting. From using a bucket in his room instead of a toilet to shit in, from spending thousands of dollars on porn. Yes, truly, the story of EDP has always had a degenerate spin to it. So let's start at the beginning.
What the fuck, bro? Where's that motherfucker? Oh, what's that black thing in the air? Is that a football? No, it's your motherfucking head, bitch, that I'ma kick off with my size 15 motherfucking...
EDP started his career as kind of just a loud, eccentric Eagles fan. He was talking shit on Tom Brady, because Tom personally saw to it that the Eagles didn't make it to the Super Bowl, at least in EDP's mind. He would get so well known for this that he would actually get a slot on Tosh.0 to help Daniel with his NFL picks that year.
It's my favorite online gambling expert, Eat That 445, with his Tosh.0 NFL Lock of the Week.
Yo, Daniel, what the is poppin', big homie? You know my lock of the week? Okay, it. Jags and Cardinals. Who the wants to see this boy? I fall to sleep. This goddamn Cardinals lock of the week.
EDP would be paid more money than he's ever seen in his life. And unfortunately, this would lead to him exacerbating an addiction that he had. A porn addiction. He would spend a large portion of the money he got from Tosh.0 on porn. Around $2,000. What's even more mind-boggling is the fact that EDP was open about all this. He's open about what sex toys he owns, and his overall thoughts on women, which, spoiler alert, EDP's thoughts on women kind of falls into the incel category.
Dumbass fucking women. Attention, dumbass fucking women. Are you there, you dumbass motherfuckers? Do you read me? My nigga, you feel me? You know, let's get something the fuck straight right here and right the fuck now. Because I feel like this shit has to be fucking said. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers can talk shit. You know, look at this motherfucker. Somebody struck the fuck out. Oh, this nigga EDP and his feeling. Motherfucker, you can fucking spin it and you can say it however the fuck you want to say it, my nigga. I couldn't be bothered to give a fuck. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, my nigga, I'ma flip on some porn, jack the fuck off, pull my fucking dick out and beat off. I don't give a damn regardless, my nigga. You feel me? Is it me, or am I sick and fucking tired of the bullshit that women love pulling on these motherfucking dating sites? You know what I mean? First off, bitch, let's get motherfucking something straight right here, right the fuck now. Women, you do not join a motherfucking dating website, my nigga, to make friends. Right? You don't join a motherfucking dating site, my nigga, to fucking mingle. Oh my God, let's go out, let's go dancing, oh my God. But when a motherfucker tries to make a move and shit, oh, I'm just interested in being friends. Well, motherfucker, take your bitch ass, my nigga, bitch ass to motherfucking Facebook, my nigga, you feel me?
Now, we're all aware of EDP's cupcake situation. But did you know that he was called out about this sort of thing, and several sting operations and catfishing attempts were actually successful before that situation? Cold Raven's Nest came out with one of the first exposés on EDP, and he still makes EDP content to this day. Now, as far as the cupcake situation, if you are not aware, EDP got caught in a sting operation by the Predator Poachers, a YouTube channel, where when he was asked about what he's doing there, EDP just claimed, oh, I was just getting a cupcake. Because of course, what you might not have known, which I certainly didn't, is that EDP just kind of admits to everything in the video. It's hard to find the original video, so I won't be putting it in here. The only one I could find had like clown music over it, which no one wants to hear, come on. The Predator Poachers actually got a lot of shit after this, because a lot of people just claim they're after him for clout. However, I'd like to put in a small defense for them. EDP was exposed multiple times and no one believed it and no one cared. These guys managed to pin this motherfucker to a wall and he lost everything. He can go nowhere and can get no jobs without being said he's a pedophile. And regardless on what their motive was, at least they got him in the end. The Gideon situation's actually kind of interesting because EDP can be looking at criminal charges for what he did. So we'll watch and see what happens from there. And since YouTube likes to kill all the channels that talk about the Gideon situation, that's EDP.
dialysis center, man.
Well, Brian, I am with the Predatorial Investigation Unit, and I just want to let you know.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You know,
this is not a fucking joke, man.
I'm just seldom at a loss for words. You know, 2 years ago you were caught
kiss my ass
in 4K trying to meet a 13-year-old, and
really,
I'm not talking to you. Why?
Really, my nigga, this is bullshit, man, that y'all pulling right now.
Well, Brian, I just want to know, why do you think we're here?
Fuck you, man. That's what I think.
If you could guess, Brian, why do you think we're here?
I'm sorry, minorities. And about plenty thing that is said concerning minorities. The terms Clegro, Cloriental, Clandicapped, or Chick for a Clafrican, a Clasian, a Clasable person, or a Cluman originally had no derogatory connotation. Broad.
Hello, everybody. So, cancel culture is fake. I'm really tired of hearing people talk about it.
Meets Little Lunchbox, a clown. Well, not a professional clown, but rather she's a very interesting individual who identifies as a clown, much like you might identify as male or female. To express this, she often changes the first letter of a word and adds a CL there. So you'll have clamily instead of family, or Clarence instead of parents. Now, you might be asking yourself the same question I asked myself when I looked into her. Is she dead ass? And I'll give you an answer. I think if this is a bit, she's been doing this for 5 years on YouTube alone. And she often posts on her Facebook the same stuff. Now, one thing you need to know about Lil Lunchbox is that she is a hardcore leftist. But not for the reasons you might think. You see, she took a particular offense towards the right because they started using the phrase clown world. Now, you might be wondering what the video you're seeing right now is. Well, this is her clownifesto that she sent to Kiwi Farms. And I don't know exactly, but it is like word for word the Unabomber manifesto, which is what messed with me so much. I thought that she had to be kidding. Let's listen to a little bit of it, because we might learn a little something about her.
The continued development of technology will worsen the situation. It will certainly subject human being to greater indignities and conflict greater clamage on the natural world. It will probably lead to greater social disruption and psychological suffering, and it may lead to increased physical suffering even in advanced countries.
And yes, she talks like this in every single one of her videos. It's quite funny, to be honest. But shut up. Don't you laugh, all right? If you laugh and make fun of her, you're a bigot. How dare you? She's just trying to live her life in this wretched world of hate and misery. And I know she's dressed like a clown, and usually they're supposed to make you laugh and entertain you. But clowns are people too. So cleep that and cline, clucking into clur. Now guys, as I said before, I wasn't even sure if she was being serious about all this. And if she's not, she really doesn't belong on this iceberg at all. But if she is being serious, she doesn't belong on this tier. She belongs on tier 1. So, as an apology, I'm gonna go ahead and read one of her latest Facebook posts. CIA banned me from Facebook for 30 days. I know you're all watching, but you can't stop the clown evolution. I am back and better than clever. I mean that in both ways, because for one, I am a clever woman, and two, I realized I am smart as cluck. The world is the problem, not me. Also, can we talk about how incompetent the damn CIA is? They just have cooler, more effective weapons now. But back in the day, one of these fools lost his fucking badge while trying to blend into Cubano culture. He did not speak Spanish. Lamau, he lost a ton of money. Who carries thousands in cash except for dealers and people who hire assassins? Oh, never mind. Anyways, he got arrested by a local sheriff, loser, and unlike him, that little clagency, me and my flock of clowns cannot be stopped. We are smart and united in a common goal, to make this world a place where people are loved and protected and where we are allowed governments to run themselves however they damn well please. America is allowed to. You know what the goal of the CIA is? It's okay, half of them don't know either. My clamily will not be stopped. And I don't care if you're white, Asian, Latino, Semi, whatever the damn Kliga. We are clamily, all of us. Even some of y'all I can't stand. The machine is the enemy, not the people. And you know who powers the machine? Capitalism. So stop voting for neoliberals and neocons, damn it. Dude, bore, I severe, all I'm finna say is Rostapav, and I don't read Italian, USA 2.0. More Italian, newsflash, it will lead to more crime. Anyway, I love you all so much, regardless of your politics, because we're all victims, unless Elon Musk stumbles upon this, because I'm finna introduce that Kliga to Pennywise. Yes, I named my steel bat. Bye. Photo by my sister clown Jojo, who is the sweetest clown you will ever meet. Artwork by Autumn Sky Guy. Heart. What the fuck did I just read? Anyways, as strange as that is, that's Lil Lunchbox. And the end of this tier of the iceberg. Thank you all for watching. Nothing more. Do not pay attention to the several minutes left on this video. Surely there's not a surprise at all.
Yeah. I love to get kinky with my teddy bear. Teddy, Teddy, let's get ready. Teddy, Teddy, hump me steady. Teddy, Teddy, lick my Teddy, Teddy, yum, yum, yum. That is a yummy juicy cock. Oh, thank you, Mr. Teddy Bear.
Experience the person known as Dominic Schmidt. Now, this guy makes me feel 10 kinds of uncomfortable because either he is an obsessive stalker who walks around in diapers and tutus and drools all over himself like a crazy person, or he's a clout chaser who's doing this all for some minuscule amount of internet fame. In either way, Dominic Schmidt is on YouTube and on TikTok, and he's been doing this sort of thing for a while. The oldest video on his YouTube channel is 5 years old, and while he wasn't doing this weird, crazy baby shit, he was still acting like an absolute fucking spaz.
Is it time to stop? Is it time to stop? Get the fuck away from me, Dominic. Hi, Miss Hargis. Get away from me. This is our housekeeper, Mrs. Hargis. How you doing today, ma'am? Whoa! She is not in a good mood today. Ma'am, you're not on your period, are you? You better not be on your period. Shame on you. Wait a minute.
Now, I mentioned that he is an obsessive stalker. But if that's the case, who does he stalk? Well, a quick glance at his channel will show you that he stalks a few people, but one of them was DJ Cook.
DJ Cook. I know you want me, Daddy. I know you want me, DJ Cook. Come on, Daddy. Come on, you want to take me on a date, DJ Cook YT? Come on, DJ Cook. You're my favorite YouTuber.
That's right, the video that's been playing in the background was him obsessively talking about DJ Cook. At one point, he claims that he knows the color of DJ's house and knows that there's 2 Applebee's in his hometown, and that the cops had come over to tell him he had to stop.
Bad news. So well, where do I start with this? I'm not allowed to talk about a certain YouTuber anymore. Okay, so recently I got in like a lot of big trouble because, I was being creepy, and I was stalking this certain YouTuber, just because I found him hot. So recently the cops came to my house and they told me to stop stalking people. Now, here's the thing, I enjoy stalking people. And basically I was trying to stalk his information and go to his house and stuff like that, normal stalking.
Look at that dead-eyed stare. Ain't nothing going on inside there. Now, I have kind of a unique opinion on this. You see, if he's doing this all just for a bit, and this is just to get internet famous, he belongs in this tier. But if he's being dead serious, I think he belongs in a tier below. Because not only is he wearing diapers, wearing tutus, stalking people, but his most recent video on his channel is a compilation of TikToks where he plays a nerd that's getting a wedgie. And he's done this enough times that he has almost an hour's worth of video footage. Like, what the fuck? Now, if you want to learn more about Mr. Dominic, I would recommend looking at Underflow's video on him, because he is quite the character, and I can't do this anymore. And with that, that's Dominic Schmidt.
Besh Remy, my mommy is going to be suing you. Yep, she's suing you because you have made multiple videos about me, and honestly, I deserve money from that. So my mom is going to be suing you for $1 million. Do you remember me? I love to get kinky of Mr. Teddy Bear. Hey there, Besh Remy. As you know, my teddy bear has a lot of stains on him.
And that's tier 3 of the Internet Dumpster Iceberg. Thank you so much, everyone. We made it to 1,056 subscribers at the time of recording. My mind's blown, really. I want to give a big shout out to Sid from the Discord for helping me find that Daniel Larson clip of him talking about what he was going to do to Grace when she turns 18. They also helped me find a couple other clips of Daniel, which is going to be used in the Versus video. I also want to give a big shout out to Underflow. Their video on Dominic inspired me to put him on the iceberg. I also wanted to apologize to you guys for how long it took to make this. I got sick and had to postpone recording. But in the end, your mailman still delivered. If you like this video and you want to see more of it, you can subscribe so you can always stay up to date. Thanks again for watching, and see ya!